Wagwan FPL, y'all said there now, it's the matchup game week 8. Y'all know we get down, we gonna analyze all the game. We gonna pick who y'all need to be starting, who y'all should be captain, who's gonna win the game. Y'all said there now, it's Wagwan FPL, the matchup game week 8. Let's get into it. First matchup, Forest versus Chelsea. A lot of people think that Angie's not performing well at Forest, but I think Angie's doing great. Even when Nuno was there, we didn't know where the goal was going to come from. Yes, they performed great last year, but Angie's turning it around. And I think he's going to turn it around in this game against Chelsea. I'm giving this game to Forest Friday to turn it around 2-1. And the reason why I'm giving this game is because of the disciplinary issue Chelsea have. Yes, Chelsea got some players on the list. But like I said, they got a disciplinary issue. The goalkeeper got a red card. Defender got a red card. Striker got a red card. You never know who else is going to get a red card. And yes, Chelsea got some players. Cancedo on the list. Me, I already got rid of all of my Chelsea players. I don't want no more Chelsea players in my squad. But Chelsea got some players on the list. I wouldn't look for Chelsea for no players because after they finish with Forest, they got Sunderland and Tottenham next. Might not be time to get no Chelsea players if you're wildcarding right now. That's the reason I'm giving this game to Forest 2-1. Next matchup, Brighton versus Newcastle. Brighton got a defender and a forward on the list, but I think this game right here is going to be too much for Brighton. I think Newcastle is going to take this game 3-0. The reason why I'm saying so, Newcastle is going to take this game 3-0, and it's going to be too much for Brighton because Newcastle got their whole squad out there. Forward, defender, goalkeeper, midfielder. Time to we start looking for Newcastle for some players. Newcastle next 3 matches, you can see, after they beat Brighton, after they finish with Brighton, they got Fulham and they got West Ham. So it's rightful now we start looking at Newcastle for some players. Next matchup, we have Leeds versus Burnley. Leeds is going to take this game right here. This could be 2-0 or 2-1 right here. You could not sure if it's time to start looking at Burnley for some players because Burnley got a defender on the list. But they go against Wolves and Arsenal next. Not sure if you want to take that chance. But for Leeds, yes, you could look for Leeds for some players. Because you could see Leeds' next 3 match right there look like a good fixture for Leeds. If you want to start putting Leeds players in your side, if you got on wild card, yes, it would be time to start putting some Leeds players in your match. Next matchup, we have Crystal Palace versus Bournemouth. For Crystal Palace, you can see right there, they got Sarr with 4 lightning strike and Munoz with 2 lightning strike. But they're going against Bournemouth, who got Simeon that's been performing with 5 lightning strike. And they also got some other midfielder on the list. But you could see that even though Simeon right there with the 5 lightning strike, you see Sarr with 4 lightning strike. But you know what I said, when Bournemouth is going against a tough defensive side, which I think Crystal Palace got good defense, Bournemouth always struggle. I would say if you got Sarr on your side, start him. If you got Simeon, rightful to be in everyone's side, start him. This game right here could be a draw. You could get a point from each team right here. So I would say go ahead and start your player. It could be a draw game right here, 2-2 game. Next matchup, we have Manchester City versus Everton. Manchester City definitely going to take this game right here. Could be a high-scoring game, 3-0, 4-0 game right here. Because you know Manchester City got Haaland. The boy been performing. We're in game week 8. It's only one game that he didn't perform. And 1 week that he didn't perform was, I'm not sure which week was it, but you could see that you got 6 lightning strike right there. You got a goalkeeper with double lightning strike, and you got a defender. Haaland is definitely, it's time to put him in your team if you don't have him. I don't know why you won't have him in your team. But they're going against Everton right here. Everton, Grealish won't be able to play in this game. So that's the reason why I said this game should right here could be a 4-0. Not sure if you want to get Everton players in your team because they're going against Manchester City, then they got Tottenham, then they got Sunderland. So you might want to stay away from the Everton players right there. Next matchup, you have Wolves versus Sunderland right there. For Sunderland, definitely going to take this game right here. Wolves, they've been struggling. I'm not sure if they win no game this season, but they got players on the list that's performing. You could see that the midfielder right there performing in the games. And he was able to get an assist in his last game. But they're getting against Sunderland, who have some top-class players. Some very top-class players. If you want to go ahead and put some Sunderland players in your side. Sunderland should take this game right here 2-1 or 2-0. Arsenal versus Fulham. This is the next match right here. Fulham, man, yes, they always have midfielder on their team. Always have midfielder on their team performing. But they always spotty. You never know when they're going to come out. You never know who's going to get start. Because the starting 11 is always flipping back and forth with new midfielder and different players. It's always a spotty team for Fulham right there, man. Fulham, I'm not sure if you want to look at their players, because after they finish with Arsenal, they go against Newcastle, who's another strong defensive side. But you could see that they go against Wolves next. And like I said, I give this game Arsenal right here. This right here is tricky for me now, because this is where I think the captaincy need to happen right here. Even though he haven't been performing, we could look at Gyökeres to give him captaincy. We could look at him to give him the captaincy. This game right here, Arsenal should be able to win this game right here 4-0, because I think it's going to be too much for Fulham this year. And look at the players of Arsenal, though. They got Rice, they got Saka, they got Timber, they got Eze, they got Raya. So if you're in your wild card, man, and you need a goalkeeper, you could go ahead and pick up Raya. A lot of people might say Saka might be the one to pick up, but look at Rice. Look at Eze. They've been performing. With Odegaard out, Eze might be a one that you guys might need to target. And yes, you might need to definitely be looking at Arsenal, because after they finish with Fulham, they got Crystal Palace and they got Burnley next. So definitely time might need to put Arsenal players in your team. Next matchup, we have Spurs versus Aston Villa. For Aston Villa, they have 3 players on the list. They got Perra right there, they got Kudus, and they got their forward Tell. But let's look at the Aston Villa players. For Aston Villa, they also got 3 players on the list. Roger, Kamara, and Malin. This right here might be a tough game. I mean, definitely going to be some goals in this game. If you want to go ahead and pick up Roger or Kamara in your team, might be rightful so to do so. But I'm not sure if you want to get Aston Villa players in your team, because they're going against Tottenham, Manchester City, and Liverpool. You might want to, because Liverpool been struggling. So you see the only top game right there, hard game right there, might be Manchester City. Looking at the Spurs players, Spurs go against Aston Villa right now, and then they're going to go against Everton and Chelsea. So you might need to put some Spurs players in your team. Maybe Kudus is the one that y'all need to be picking up in your side. Next matchup, we have Liverpool versus Manchester United. Liverpool, a lot of people still got Salah in their team. Maybe it's time to drop Salah, pick up Guapo, or pick up Isak. You can see that right there. They've been performing. Let's look at the Manchester United players. For Manchester United, they got their strikers on the list. They got Mbeumo on the list. They got defenders on the list. Their goalkeeper and the midfielder. I think this right here is going to be too much. Too much for Liverpool. So definitely, we need to start looking for Manchester United. I would say pick up some Manchester United players. They're going against Liverpool. After they finish with Liverpool, they got a too easy game right there to worry about next. I would say definitely right there. Look for some Manchester United players. Last game, you got West Ham versus Brentford. If you watch my wildcard video, you could see that for these 2 teams right here, I got their striker. For West Ham, I got Bowen. Definitely we need to have on our side. And for Brentford, I got Thiago right there. So this game right here might be a tough game right. This is the Monday game. So if you're on your wild card, you could definitely look for Bowen. Put him in your team. Or pick up Doof. Put him in your team. Or pick up Brentford, Thiago, and put him in your team. This right here is going to be a good game right here. I'm going to give this game right here to West Ham. Give this game to West Ham to win this game 3-1. For captaincy, like I said, I even could give it to Gyökeres. For captaincy, you could give it to Simeon because it's been performing. Or you could give it to Alan. Those are the 3 players that I would say for captaincy. And this is Wagwan FPL. I said there in the matchup game week 8. Thank you all for watching. I said there. All right. That was nice. I like that.